And joining us now to discuss all of this is former ambassador to France, Ambassador Avi Pazner. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Ambassador Pazner, I want to start with the latest on Gaza. U.S. President Trump stated that Hamas didn't want to make a deal, and we see that there's an impasse with the failed negotiations. What do you think that the U.S.-Israel strategy should be here?
With the Hamas, it is possible that they want a deal, but they made a miscalculation and gave an answer which was unacceptable both to the United States and to Israel. I don't know. It's a possibility, and we have to wait a few days to see if this is the case. And if it is not the case, and the Hamas is really serious about not wanting to make a deal with Israel, then I think we have no other option but to increase our military pressure after the Hamas and go and look for them where they are. But again, I repeat, I think we need to wait a few days to see what they really meant.
But even if, the negotiations don't end up resulting in any success, how realistic are military-only approaches? We see many hostage families asking not to engage in military rescue operations, for example. As a diplomat yourself, what are your thoughts on this?
As I told you, I still hope that the answer of the Hamas was a tentative answer and try to get more out of Israel. And there are indications in that sense. But if it is not, what else remains? I mean, we want our hostages back. We need them badly here. And what else remains? The only thing that remains is military pressure, because I take out some proposals of some Israeli generals or some far-right Israeli politician to starve the Gaza Strip. This is not Jewish, it's not moral, and it's politically not feasible. So there are two options. Either we wait a few days to see if the Hamas was serious about their response or if it was only a tactical move in the negotiation. And if not, yes, we will have to increase military pressure and at the same time be ready to re-engage in negotiation if the situation allows.
Now let's shift over to France. You were an ambassador to France. You know the territory well. What is Macron up to when declaring France will recognize a Palestinian state? Why is he doing this?
I think that Macron himself doesn't know. I mean, it makes no sense. Nobody understands what Macron did. I mean, even, let's say that you are for the two-state solution. So what could the negotiations be about of such a solution? The negotiation would end between Israel and the Palestinians with the establishment of a Palestinian state, and Israel in return would get all kinds of deals and maybe exchange of territories and let settlers be there, etc., etc., etc. But if you give now on a platter of silver to the Palestinians that they have a Palestinian state, what is there to negotiate about? I go in the logic of Macron. I go through the logic of Macron. What is there to negotiate about? Nobody understands. You know what? Even people critical of Israel in France do not understand why Macron did that move. They believe that it is, maybe the answer is very simple. He doesn't like Israel. It happens. We have other leaders who don't like Israel. The Prime Minister of Spain doesn't like Israel. The President of Brazil doesn't like Israel. So maybe Macron also is in that line of leaders who don't like Israel.
Now, do you believe that other countries will follow this move, that it will be a snowball effect?
Look, he tried very hard to push the UK and Germany, Canada and Italy also into that line. and for the time being, he hasn't succeeded, which does not mean that he will not continue his effort in order not to leave France isolated, and that these countries or other countries will not follow. But even, again, I tell you, even countries critical of Israel's policies and position do not understand the logic of this decision. Because, again, even those who do want a Palestinian state understand that this runs against. And I hope that most of the countries that are being approached by France, and I know of France's efforts to try and get other countries on board, and for the time being without success, I hope that this will continue and that Macron will remain isolated in that step that nobody understands.
And we know that Italy already said that they're not in line with this kind of move.
Absolutely.
Grazie, Italia. Avi Pazner, thank you very much.
Thank you.